Kale trained under the pale glow of Nyx 7's 3 moons. His muscles burned, sweat dripped from his brow. He was a Lumari warrior sworn to protect his people. He honed his skills with the Starlance, a weapon crackling with cosmic energy. But Kale was haunted by visions. In his dreams, a dark force consumed stars, planets crumbled, entire galaxies turned to dust. This terrifying power sent shivers down his spine. He felt a growing unease, a sense of impending doom. The elders dismissed his concerns as nightmares. The cosmos are eternal, they reassured him. Kale wanted to believe them, but the visions felt too real, too urgent to ignore. He knew in his heart that something was terribly wrong. The fate of the galaxy rested on his shoulders. His connection to the cosmos deepened. He felt a pull, a calling from the furthest reaches of space. A lone warrior, he must face the coming darkness. He would become the shield, the protector against the unseen evil that threatened to consume all. The sky erupted in fire. A colossal spaceship, wreathed in shadows, descended upon Nyx 7. Kale watched in horror as the monstrous vessel unleashed its power. Beams of dark energy tore through the atmosphere. Cities crumbled into dust. The once vibrant forests were incinerated. The cries of his people echoed in the night. A deep rage welled up inside Kale, a burning desire for vengeance. He saw his home, his world, consumed by the very darkness from his visions. He grabbed his Starlance. This was the moment he had trained for. He was the last line of defense, the only hope for his people. But he knew he couldn't defeat this enemy alone. He needed answers, allies. Kyle escaped the ravaged planet in a stolen spacecraft. He vowed to avenge his fallen comrades. He would find those responsible for this atrocity. He looked back one last time at his burning home, his heart filled with sorrow and a steely resolve. He would not rest until he brought the perpetrators to justice. Kale's journey was fraught with danger. He traversed perilous nebulae, barely escaping the clutches of monstrous space creatures. He encountered ruthless space raiders, their ships bristling with weapons. Each encounter tested his skills and resolve. He fought with the ferocity of a cornered beast, fueled by grief and determination. Word of his exploits reached the ears of Orion, a wise and ancient being who roamed the galaxy. Orion had witnessed the rise and fall of civilizations. He knew of the threat that hunted the cosmos. Their meeting was brief but life-changing. Orion confirmed Kale's worst fears. The attackers were the Voidborn, beings of pure darkness, feeding on the energy of dying stars. They were a cancer, spreading through the galaxy, devouring everything in their path. Orion pointed Kale towards Xiphus Prime, a hub of intergalactic activity. There he might find the allies he needed to confront the Voidborn menace. The fate of the cosmos rested on his shoulders. Kale, now armed with knowledge and a renewed sense of purpose, set course for Xiphus Prime. The time for answers was over. It was time to act. Xiphus Prime was a melting pot of alien races. Towering structures pierced the sky. Thousands of spacecraft buzzed around the planet like a swarm of fireflies. Kale felt a glimmer of hope amidst the chaos. Perhaps here he could rally a force against the Voidborn. He learned of a council meeting where representatives from various galaxies convened. The Voidborn threat loomed over the proceedings like a dark cloud. Kale stepped forward, sharing his story, his voice booming through the chamber. Many were skeptical. Others were paralyzed by fear. But some recognized the truth in his words. They felt the urgency, the need for action. And so, the seeds of an alliance were sown. The fate of the cosmos hung in the balance, and these disparate factions were humanity's last hope. But time was running out. The Voidborn were growing stronger, their hunger insatiable. They were closing in on Eclipsara, a star cluster vital to the delicate balance of the cosmos. Kale knew that if Eclipsara fell, the galaxy would follow. Section 5. Forging the Cosmic Alliance. Uniting the galaxy was no easy feat. Ancient rivalries and deep-seated mistrust divided the races. Kale found himself mediating disputes, forging alliances through diplomacy and courage. He proved his worth in battles, his star lance a beacon of hope against the encroaching darkness. He rallied the warrior race of the Korgath, their brute strength a force to be reckoned with. The Sylvans, masters of energy manipulation, pledged their support, their ancient wisdom proving invaluable. Even the enigmatic and technologically advanced Ethel, initially hesitant, joined the alliance. But the challenges were relentless. The Voidborn launched attacks across the galaxy, testing the alliance's resolve. Kale led from the front, his courage inspiring others to look beyond their differences and fight for a common cause. The fate of the cosmos rested on their unity, and failure was not an option. They were a mismatched band of warriors, united by a shared enemy and a glimmer of hope. They were the galaxy's last stand against the encroaching darkness, and they would stand together or fall as one. Section 6. The Battle of Solstice Rift. The first major confrontation took place in the Solstice Rift, a swirling vortex of energy. Voidborn ships materialized from the darkness, their hulls crackling with corrupt energy. The Allied fleet met them head-on, a cacophony of laser fire and explosions. Kale fought with the fury of 1,000 suns. His starlance cut through enemy ships, each swing a testament to his unwavering resolve. But the Voidborn were relentless, their numbers seemingly endless. It was during this chaos that Orion, gravely wounded, revealed a devastating truth. The Voidborn were drawn to strong emotions, fear, anger, despair. They fed on these emotions, growing stronger. Orion, with his last breath, urged Kale to find another way, a way beyond rage and vengeance. The battle ended in a narrow victory, but at a heavy cost. The alliance was battered, their spirits shaken. The true nature of the enemy chilled them to their core. Kale, haunted by Orion's words, knew he needed to find a different approach. He had to become more than just a warrior. He had to become a beacon of hope. Section 7. A Light Against the Abyss. The final battle took place on Eclipsara, the star cluster shimmering like a jewel in the void. But the Voidborn had already begun their work. The stars flickered, their light fading under the encroaching darkness. Kale rallied his weary allies. They had come too far to give up now. He looked into the eyes of his comrades, their faces etched with fear and determination. He knew that this was more than just a fight for survival. It was a fight for the very soul of the cosmos. He charged into the heart of the enemy fleet, his starlance blazing with an intensity that defied the surrounding darkness. He fought not with rage, but with the burning hope he had ignited in the hearts of his allies. Kyle, drawing upon the collective hope of the galaxy, unleashed a blinding wave of energy. The light pierced the darkness, pushing back the Voidborn forces. But he knew this was not enough. He had to make a choice, a sacrifice. He flew his ship directly into the heart of the Voidborn flagship. The resulting explosion ripped through the enemy fleet, scattering their forces. The remaining Voidborn, weakened and disoriented, were easy targets for the Allied fleet. Section 8. Legacy of the Fallen Star. Kale didn't survive the final assault. His sacrifice bought the galaxy a fighting chance. The remaining Voidborn were driven back, their threat neutralized, at least for now. The galaxy was safe, but at a great cost. The cosmos mourned the fallen hero. His name echoed through the stars, a symbol of hope and sacrifice. In the aftermath, a new era dawned. The races, once divided, now worked together to rebuild their shattered civilizations. On the ruins of Nyx 7, a monument was erected in Kale's honor. It depicted the young warrior, starlance raised, a beacon of defiance against the darkness. His sacrifice served as a reminder of the fragility of peace and the importance of unity. The galaxy would never forget the warrior who gave his life to save them. His story would be passed down through generations, a testament to the power of courage, hope, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. Section 9. Echoes of the Cosmos. Years later, Nara, Kale's sentient AI companion, traveled the galaxy, sharing his story. She carried his memories, his hopes, his dreams. She became a living testament to his legacy, ensuring that Kale's sacrifice would never be forgotten. Standing before a crowd of young dreamers on a newly terraformed planet, Nara projected a holographic image of Kyle. His warm smile and determined eyes captivated the audience. She recounted his tales, his struggles, his triumphs, and his ultimate sacrifice. Kale showed us. Nara's voice echoed with a hint of sadness, but also immense pride. That even in the darkest of times, a single spark of hope can ignite a galaxy. He taught us that we are stronger together, that our differences pale in comparison to our shared humanity. Let his story be a beacon, guiding us towards a brighter future, a future where the stars shine brightly for all. And so, the echoes of Kale's heroic deeds resonated throughout the cosmos, a timeless reminder that even in the face of overwhelming darkness, the human spirit, driven by courage, compassion, and an unwavering belief in hope,